Welcome to Plug-in Guru Radio FM 89. Here are some of the hottest hits of the 80s.
Hi, welcome to a new Plug-in Guru video. My name is John. Skippy Limcool. Welcome. Hey, I am thrilled to bring you the third library from Bob Dedez. Everything is powered synth-wise that you're going to hear by Vital. So this is originally a library just for Vital, but it's also in Unify where we've put everything together so that I'll show you in a minute, but just listen. This is to start with. The drums aren't here. This is just Vital parts. Play slightly different chords. Let's add the drums, which is in the Unify only version of the library. Man, I'm back in the 80s, just like that. Let me show you a couple other examples that are really, really cool. Let's call up the brass section for this one. Pretty cool, right? Here's another one. Again, these templates with all these sounds all set up are in the library. The MIDI files playing these parts are not. We took those out just out of, you can't have those because I would be sued and have to pay license fees and stuff like that. But here's Purple Rain. Oh, what key do I have to play? A sharp 2. So let me show you the sounds. Here's the 80s ballad staple. There's another key part and the bass. Isn't that great? And then the drums are in the Unified version. It's got that vibe. It's so cool. All right, so let me show you how this is being done inside of Unify. These are what we call BPM templates for all of these popular songs from the 80s. They're set up so that there's a drum groove to play when you play a key. And then if you change MIDI channels, MIDI channel 2 gives you the bass. MIDI channel 3 is the piano. And then channel 4 is in the other keyboard sound. That was used for that. So we have 12 different templates for all these different songs where all the parts are all set up so that you call up Don't Lose My Number, you set to me channel 1, and 2. You have a guitar part, keyboard part, to do all these different tracks. You can hear the demo song at the website. We have a demo that goes through all 12 of these, playing them so you can hear what they sound like together. Also, I'm going to show you, let's see, something like this. In a second, I'll just play the Vital Patches so you can hear what it is in the Vital library. Because this is the combination of Vital and Unify. And in Unify, you get these drum grooves, you get the drum samples, you get these template songs. These are a few, I'm going to just play a couple of these so you can hear them. These are going to show you all the sounds working together. It sounds so good. So each one of these is a sequence. Drums, bass, all the parts. We'll be right back. Also inside of Unify, because Chow Tape Model is here, there's this parameter called VHS Mix, which is turning on and off the Chow Tape, simulating tape kind of an effect. So here it is without it. It's brighter. Turn it back on. Hear how the high end gets diffused? And you can make it darker. Here's Roller Disco. I love this one. Here's Locking. So all these are transposable, so you can play them that way. So these are really just fun to show you all the sounds together. And again, you can remove the MIDI boxes and set these to their independent MIDI channels and start writing music using these as a template to go from. So if you go to Go Go Tigers, which I graduated from Ontario High School, the Tigers. That's funkier than we ever had. Monsters. Guitars. I mean, look at the guitars. So it's all Vital. So cool. So all 188 Vital patches are found here inside of the Unify libraries. We see all the basses. Get down here to the brass, guitars, keys, leads, pads, plucks, special effects, and stabbed and synth and strings. Those are all in both the Vital library as well as the Unify library. Now, and then on top of that, you have the drums and the grooves that I've been showing you and so forth like that. So let's go here to the top. Let's just call up the first patch, Chiane's lead. I should point out that inside of Unify, we do have a master effects channel. So these patches, they sound just a little bit better. It's very subtle, almost imperceptible. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to have Unify go over here. So we just go through the patches this way, okay? And you have controls here. effects and so forth. Now, in order to load the library, a couple things. For Vital, you have to own version 1.5.5 or later. These patches will not load into 1.0.7, which is the version most people have. They've now made a public version. And here, let's do this. Let's go back even farther. To get Vital, if you don't have it, you go over here to the website, vital.audio. Let's have Unify come over here. And you can scroll down here to the bottom, and there's four different options. You can subscribe for $5 a month, which is great because then Matt Titel, who created Vital, would have the knowledge of knowing he's getting that money from you to help with financial accounting and so forth. That's the generous way to go if you can. The Plus way for $25, the Pro way for $80. What this does is gives you more presets, and then the basic is free. These patches will play with any version, and then you log into your account, and then from your account, you can then see both 1.0.7 and the public beta of 1.5.5. Call it an open beta, I believe. But you have to have it installed before these patches will work properly. They won't play if you don't have 1.5.5. You'll get an error message, just so you know. So once you've done that, the next step, let's go through the other steps here. So let's see. So here is the Vital version, and here is the Vital plus Unify versions of the library. For the Vital version, it's just a Vital 1.5.5 patch file right here. And what happens is you go to Vital, and right here under the little hamburger menu option, you go Import Bank, and then you go over to this file that's called the back to the 80s.vital bank, and you would navigate to that for the open browser and say open, and then it will import it into the plugin so that if you click here where the patch name is, you can see your libraries that you have here. Here's the factory patches and all that kind of stuff. If I say MC back to the 80s, and if I click here, if it's not organized, you can get it organized. Now you can play the patches, right? And then if you have the Vital plus Unify version, then you just take the extra step of going over here, and you have both the inside of this, you have both the Vital file for Vital. You don't have to have that to load because the patches are also saved in Unify format with the samples enclosed and everything so that it works. But you drag this over the interface of Unify and you say OK. And it will install the library. It'll ask for your license number. This is a license. This is a protected library. So nice to be able to make libraries, put our hearts and our passions into it, and know that it's a protected library so that it's just not something that shows up on eBay being sold by some guy for $5 in a week after we've released it. It's very, very nice. So then it would be working like it is here. And so you can open up Vital, and here's the patches. So I'm going to go through, we'll start at the top. I'm just going to play a little bit for a moment. I'm not going to play every patch because there's 188, but I'll give you a good taste sampling of the libraries, okay? Chiane Sequence A. This has a nice sequence, and if you play other notes, they cascade. Basses. Very nice. Every patch has macro knobs, sustaining or no sustaining, right? Effects, funky, all sorts of stuff. Really cool. And most of these are entirely synthesis based. Some categories you'll find samples embedded for the guitars and things like that, but for most of this, just really cool synthesizer patches. This has a guitar in it. Let's see what's the sample of the guitar is doing. Just buried in there to give it a nice texture. These keyboards showing what's going on. Then we get to bells. I don't have the lick, but yeah, kind of an idea, right? Digital echoes. Tangerine. And again, he has in the comments for a lot of these, the song, the artists, that you can go listen to them and hear what they played, learn the parts if you want. I mean, it's truly just a complete love fest for the 80s in this. It's really, really great. Now, these BPM Perc, these are looping. It's actually made from noise and so forth. Right? B has like a reverse clap in it. And he has like the samples aren't perfectly lined up. It's really cool. Hi-hats. Shakers, right? Okay, then we get to brass. And we can check here to see this does have some brass and synth waveforms together. Sounds great. The careless sax for the brass. All that kind of stuff. Downfalls. A jazz trumpet. Really great aftertouch for getting a little. Push a little harder, you get some squeaky things and brass. Right? Trumpets for kind of thing. There's the victory. We heard those earlier in one of the sequences. Okay. Guitars. This is where we get into the there's some guitar samples in there. So he spliced that. I think he made it from the same sample. Gives it this really cool chorusing effect. Again, he's using Vital to do things other than just what most people do, which is to make this big, complex. We're working on a library we release one of these days that's just got all sorts of crazy, more like current kind of patches and stuff like this. But this, it's so focused in this one era that's just awesome. Oh, this is good for the play chords. Just got the right amount of chiffiness to it. It's really, really cool. Drama leads. These are really cool lead guitars. Drama lead B. Aftertouch is a pitch thing. Really, really, really cool. Edge feedback. I'm not sure how to play these. Really, really cool. Harmonic sustain. More than guitar. Oh, it's inspired by a track from Peter Gabriel. Very cool. Very, very fun top lead. Yeah. Okay, then we get into the keyboards. Here's that staple. There's so many songs that have that kind of a piano sound, so it's really cool. Got the slow phaser on it, the boys. Right? So it goes on and on. On and on. I mean, my goodness. It's got the tape wobble and pitch in it. Soft keys. Okay, here's Synth Runner. Nice energy. There's so many things. Let's go to the leads. All sorts of cool places. Can't die. Oh, this is kind of a thing. Neon lights. and aftertouch. So on and on and on. Then we get to the pads. There's quite a few lovely pads. Very got some of the. It's very, very cool. Love that. Just goes on and on. In the air for the Journey, Separate Ways. Right, Midnight. Old Organ. True for the VHS pads. B. Serious tape vibe. There's some drum and percussion. He actually makes a drum kit and puts all 7 of these or so across the keyboard inside of Unify. You can play it as a drum kit. In fact, here, let's show that really quick because it's really, really cool. If you go over here to Unify, this is things that Unify can do that takes it beyond just being a library by itself, because Unify can go over here to the Vital Retro Backbeats. This loads up 5 layers of Vital and plays the groove with the MIDI file. And you can spin to change the grooves. And the toms and all that stuff he does is just so perfect. I mean, you're like into the groove. This is using the samples, not the Vital synthesis stuff, but just listen to the intricate programming he does. Listen to this tom fill coming up. I love this. Great 30-second notes and stuff. Or the more laid-back vibe of Purple Rain. Wait, this isn't quite right. Let's call it again one more time. This is supposed to be playing hats. If the BPM drum part isn't playing right, it's because layer 2 is supposed to be set to hats. We'll have to look at that to see what's going on. Anyway, so there's all these kind of things going on. We got down to the pads and the leads. And here's the percussion samples in as Vital patches, but now they're in Unify format. Let's get to the plucks. Let's open up Vital so we can see what's going on. And go over here to the library. There we go, 8-Bit Boy. All those kind of so he has some more modern-esque patches in here. has these vintage patches. Sequences. I think he's got minors. Yeah. Minor and major. So you have those to build and play around. Special effects. Creepy. Cool transitions. Pretty cool. These are stabs. Got some stabs from orchestra hits and so forth. Cool. Show enough. Bad guy in the Last Dragon movie. Cool. And then we have some strings. Right? Queen show. Huge. It's really nice. Synth string. Lovely. Really nice. And then we have a couple different variations. And finally, C. Right? So that's the patches inside of Vital. And then as I was showing you from time to time, inside of Unify, you have all those patches, but you also have all these BPM drum grooves. There's drum kits down here under drum kits. There's 7 of them in general MIDI format, so you can play MIDI files from the internet. Then you have controls. Unify has lots of macro controls. So these all have 9. That kind of stuff. Sound effects. Various noises you could use behind a track, the ballad kit. jam kit. Right? And then if you go up to the BPM drums, these are showing up first at the very top of the list as jams. And I put in parentheses over here the number of jam grooves that are over here on the knob. So 1, 2. So you can automate this inside of your sequencer while it's playing the jam if you want to go between one groove and another for different sections of a song, or you want to specifically play that groove for your song. Upbeat Loops has those. Lin Jams has a whole different set of jams. Fills everything. I mean, Pop Basics. All sorts of stuff that Bob created for this. It's great. Retro Wave. Now, Small Perk Grooves is using samples of small percussion. So you can have these. You go over here to either Unify or one layer. Let's just say Unify layer. They work all together, so you can have all sorts of fun there. Then these BPM sequence, I took all the BPM sequences after Bob got me the library, like Sunset Paradise. Let's see, let's go over here and say normal. Sunset Paradise plays like this. Well, if you want, Sunset Paradise, the BPM drum, gives you that drum groove. So now you can start writing your own tracks using all the parts. And I did that for all 16 of these. So if you go to the Go-Go Tigers, you go over here and call it the actual Go-Go Tigers sequence, you'll hear it's So you have all of these as well as these templates of these famous songs. If you go get into the groove, here's the drum parts. And the bass, the brass, the 8-bit pluck, and the piano part are on different MIDI channels. So you could just load this up in your DAW and start writing your track. So there's so much to play with in this library. It's a really cool testament to the 80s. I mean, it just depends. If you have Unify, it's not a lot more money. We decided to make it kind of like a really sweet smelling option to go to the Unify version because it's just not a lot more money compared to the library itself. And you get so much more for that, for all the MIDI files and the drums and the kits and all the layout. So for those of you that want something to get you started into this direction of this genre of music really quick and easy, Unify makes it really easy. And if not, the 188 patches for Vital will make Vital sound like no other library you've got. I'll tell you that. I don't know any other library I've heard for Vital that has so much vibe, personality, really gets into that 80s kind of a production without you having to have effects and tape weird effects and stuff. It's right there in the package, all right? So enjoy. Thank you for hanging out and seeing the video, and we will see you another time for another video in the future. Because we're always doing libraries. We love making libraries, so we'll keep doing at it, okay? See you later.